Hey guys, thank you very much for tuning into another video of my life, and in this video we are going to do an unboxing of a budget microphone arm stand on a flexible boom scissor. So when it comes to mic stands, you can of course spend all sorts of monies, and I'm sure that you can even spend 100, 200 pounds or more. But if you're just starting off, you want something that's budget. You can't see any big brand names or anything like that. You can see it's made in China. I'll give you a tour of all the different sides of the boxes in a second. But maybe if you're just starting off in a podcast or something like that, you ought to get something very cheap and budget, so you're not really spending too much money just to find out whether or not it's worth you spending that time in the first place. One of the things I would definitely say is that there are a lot of channels and coaches and things like that out there who are providing advice on starting your own YouTube channel or becoming an influencer, which is what everyone wants to do these days. Is that they confuse two things. They kind of almost make you want to think that the more you spend on your equipment, the more your chances of success are going to be. But in reality, I think it's a bit of a, I don't want to use the word scam, but it's a bit of a kind of misnomer there, because in reality, what I find is that they all have referral links, and therefore, the more money you spend on the cameras and equipment and the mics and so on, which they have a referral link to, the more money they're going to make as well. So you get a confusion in message where it's like, oh, the more money you spend, the better your content's going to be. But in reality, the most difficult part of becoming anything successful in kind of YouTube or podcasting or anything is creativity. I think the more creativity you have, the more creative you are as a person, I think the more chances of success you're going to have. Okay, and therefore, if you are starting off, you're probably better off spending as little as possible. So I thought I'd make a generic budget stand kind of videos to show people what you get. This is very, very reasonably priced. I mean, this costs less than probably a drink in London or a couple of drinks in other parts of the country. So very reasonable. I think it's made from metal and so on. So let's start looking at it now. So you got vertical arm length, horizontal arm length, and so on and so on. But the weight capacity as well. So the things you want to keep in mind is how much weight you can put at the end of this as well. Make sure it's compatible with the sort of mic you have. And the second thing as well, which I'll say when you are in search for arm stand like this, is that at the end of it, you might have a mic clip already installed in one of these. You want to make sure that the mic clip size is compatible with the mic you already have. But to avoid that entirely, what I would suggest is that you just go with one which comes with an adapter like this. I will also leave links in the description which go to eBay, which is where I purchased this from as well. Every little helps. If you use those links, it helps the channel in a very small way, so I would appreciate that. But of course, just buy it from wherever you wish and wherever you get the best quality and the deal from. So just to elaborate a bit on the mic clip situation, here you go. Here's a mic clip. This is an official Samsung one, and it came with the stand as well as the clip here. And you can see that this unscrews. Can you see that? So this unscrews, and if you have the right adapter in a kit like this, it'll fit within here. So you don't have to get another mic clip, because the mic clip that's included in a stand like this may not be this size. Okay, so you can see what this size is, what the size of your microphone might be, and whereas this is made for each other, so it's going to snap into place, you might find that the one which comes with the stand might not be big enough. So you want one, in my opinion, one with either something that guarantees that it's compatible with certain microphones, or alternatively, I think the easiest thing to do is get one with an adapter, buy a mic with a clip or buy a clip separately, and then that way you can use the same stand for many different mics if you choose to upgrade or change your mics in the future. This is the mic that I've been using as well, not in this video obviously. In this one I'm just using my smartphone, but this is nice, very clear. The only thing I would say with the Samsung QTU is that it's kind of the best optimal distance is this much. Okay, you can record it for further away, but then you're going to have to rely on kind of enhancing or kind of boosting the volume on the microphone is what I find. But the optimal distance is really close. So if you want something that isn't, it doesn't need to be that close to your mouth, then this probably won't be the best one, in my opinion anyway. But overall, as a generic mic, I think price, quality, solidity, everything is just perfect, this one. So this is the one I have. And if you want one, then I'll leave some links in the description for you as well. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and start unboxing this. This is a virgin unboxing in that I've not seen what's inside here myself either. And let's go in. So there's no seal from the looks of things, okay, on the ends. Oh, did I show you the box? Okay, this is one side. This is the other. Okay, this is the bottom. This is the top. This is the other side, made in China. I always say on this channel, if it wasn't for made in China sorts of things, I'm not sure how much us all would have to spend on bits and pieces like this. Okay, let's get this out. Oh, it's stuck onto something, I feel. Let me just... Okay, I've just changed it so I can pull it out from my right hand and give this a bit... Oh, okay. Alright, so obviously it's metal. You heard all that fall down. This is the adapter I was talking about here. So I hope that this adapter is going to fit in the mic, and I'll check in a second. But here's the example of a mic clip. So you might see a picture and it says, there's a mic clip included in it, and you'll be, oh, that's going to work for my mic just fine. But in reality, and let's just bring over the mic now. So if you have this sort of Samson QTU type of a mic, here it is it really going to fit? You're going to have to properly shove it in or something, because this mic is much, much bigger. As you can see, than the clip that's been provided. So you can't really rely on this one that's been provided with it. You're better off with an adapter. Whilst we're on the subject, shall we just try that out as well whilst we have the mic here? So let's do that. Really good quality actually on this Samson QTU. This is so snugly fit. When I'm rotating it, there's almost no friction. Let's see if this fits. Okay, brilliant. So you can see that this fits now. Okay, and it'll make sense in a second as to how this comes into play. So let's put this back aside, Samson QTU, and on to the next thing here. So let's have a look here. Okay, plastic bits. Is it sealed? Is it sealed? Oh, this one looks sealed. I'm gonna have to cut this up. So I'll get to that one in a second. And in the meantime, let's look at this one. I'm just actually taking a sniff right now. Yeah, it smells brand new. There's no smell of oil or anything else like that. This is what it looks like. I think it's long enough. I think it's big enough, okay? Just to put that into context, here we go. It's quite large. So here you go. It's starting from here. And as it said online, it's 14 inches, right? So there it is. And this bit will go in the stand like that on your desk, and then you'll have some flexibility around here. You can see the turning knobs. I think this is probably to fix it in place. I'm just going to loosen it up a little bit because I want to see the articulation. There's also an articulation kind of tightening and loosening here for the microphone, okay? So loosening this up a bit as well, so just so you can see the movement. Okay, so this is quite flexible. It's like 180 degrees from the looks of things. Feels very solid. Even the paint job on here, you can see it's kind of matte black, feels very solid as well. All of this is metal. These springs also feel very solid. The anchor points here also feel solid. It's very neat. There isn't any kind of flaky bits of metal anywhere. It's very neat. It's very clean. All the edges feel smooth to the touch as well. There's no sharp edges and anything, because of course you're going to try and handle this every now and then to adjust this, right? The bending is quite strong, and it is staying in place wherever I keep it, right? You can see, and that's what you want. Plus you have the tightening, fastening sort of knobs here. If I try to sort of flatten it, I'm just trying to see how much I can flatten this down. Okay, so you can see it goes completely straight, but in this case it's like upright, if you can imagine. I think I bought it based on it being able to bend here as well. So I think once it's anchored in a strong place, I might be able to bend it, but at the moment I can't really test it. So I have a lamp, articulated lamp like this, which does bend from here as well as from here. So that would be nice if this kind of bends this way. So you can kind of have it really flat with this fixed in and this almost like 180 degrees sticking out. But let's put this aside for a second. Okay, I need to get this out of the package, don't I now? So let's do that. I think I'll go at the top. Take this out. Okay, so this is the metal part, and this all feels quite solid. It feels robust. I mean, it feels as solid as any other kind of shop that you might buy it from, right? Even in person in a country like the UK or America, it all feels fairly kind of straightforward. Okay, so there's some pressing bit here. I would have liked it if this bit had some padding on it, so that if I am sort of securing it here, it doesn't make any marks on the underside of my table. This is the underside. This is going to stick on the top, and the microphone stand is going to stick in here. So I would have liked it if there was some padding. It seems relatively smooth, so it probably won't make too many marks. And then this part goes somewhere as well, which I don't quite know, but I'm sure I'll figure it out later on. So just to demonstrate how the microphone, this bit would fit with the adapter, let's just try and test it out. So you have it here, and then you would put this like so. Make sure hang on, there's a lot of moving parts here. Okay, so let me close this down all the way. I think that's probably a good idea first. And then if you need to remove it, I think you might need to use like a screwdriver or something. I think that's tight enough. I don't want to risk tightening it too much. Another reason why, you know, Samsung's good here because they've put a metal bit inside, so it's not going to wear out too easily. Okay, close this onto here. All right, is it gonna? It's gonna do it. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so no issues really getting this on, and I can. Well, let's just see how far it goes. Okay. All right, so that seems fine now. So you can see now how this can move, and then you've got this bit which also moves on your microphone sort of clip, and then how it fits into the rest of the arm. Okay. Obviously, I haven't really got a ridge here. This is a flat side on this table, but if I could, I would have shown it to you. So, of course, I should let everyone know as to the sort of audience that these kind of products are targeted at. So, first of all, if you are any kind of video presenting, you need to do that as part of your job. You're making some presentation videos. I think this will be helpful, of course. For the microphone stand. If you're an aspirational influencer, YouTuber, podcaster, again, you know, something like this would be probably handy for you. If you know, and if you want to enter into this space but not spend too much money, then I think you should be getting something like this. This, from the microphone point of view, I think this is probably the minimum I would get. I probably wouldn't go below this. This is kind of the go-to. It's kind of future-proof. You can hear yourself when you're speaking in it. It's nice and clear. The only thing, like I said, is distance. So I wouldn't spend less on than this on a microphone anyway. But the rest of the equipment, I think the less you can spend compared to the solid quality you can get, the better. Because the last thing you want to do, and I think it's happened to many people, they go out and they buy fancy cameras and fancy equipment, and they spend £700, £1,500 and everything. And then a few months later, they realize that it's not really their thing, or they're not seeing the success they'd want to, and then time and money would be better spent on something else. I mean, the last thing you want is to be in that position. So my suggestion would be just spend as little as possible in all the equipment you can get. Focus more on the content and the creativity that you have. Just try to polish that up first before going too overboard with all the equipment and spending too much on it, because most people on YouTube will probably tell you to spend more money because they all have referral links. So yeah, it's a bit icky when you think about that, really, that relationship where they're trying to tell you to spend more money to be a good content creator, but in reality they're just getting referral links. You know, this, if you use a referral link to buy something like this, I mean, this hardly costs anything. You'll see once you go use the links to find this, by the way. This, I mean, this goes up and down. I think brand new it costs about, I don't know, it must be £70 these days. But second hand, it probably obviously costs a lot less. So maybe you ought to try in second hand on eBay and things. So I hope you found all of that helpful. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.